PATSHOW is not affiliated with the New England Patriots nor the NFL. It is what it is. PATSHOW! 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 We did it! Oh, we did it! I can't believe it's happening! The 28-3 comeback of Facebook Live New England Patriot-themed Pats fan talk shows is upon us. What up, Pats people? How we doing, pigskin pals? Foxborough friends, football freaks, and gridiron geeks, we welcome you to episode 1 of PATSHOW. My name's Nick Stevens. Many of you may know me as Fitzy, at FitzyGFY, the wicked pissa guy. And we're so psyched that you guys could join us. But please, enough about me and everything else. Let me introduce you to my co-host, my buddy over here. You know him as Propaganda, the Mixmaster Mike from Pat's Propaganda, the creator of the 28-3 meme, the only meme you need in all of Patriots Nation. There he is, Mike Dussault, everybody.
Hey, everybody, thank you, thank you. Very exciting, thank you, thank you.
This is actually happening right now. The entire world is watching this.
It's crazy, and Patriots football started last night. We had a preseason game. There are things to talk about. It's very exciting.
This is so exciting. I just want to give you guys a quick little heads up, like what we're going to be doing here on PATSHOW. This is a show by fans, for fans. This is for you guys. Obviously, we are going to adhere to absolutely no journalistic standards whatsoever. We haven't in our many years of blogging, YouTubing, sweet tweeting. This is all fanalysis. This is all of us out here, just obsessed, diehard Pats fans, having fun, want to start a little conversation, do some replays, BS with you guys. So by all means, let us know what kind of show you want to see. And without further ado, I think the preseason is underway. So let's get down to reviewing Pats versus Jags. And I think the immediate takeaway, Mike, from the Patriots losing their kickoff game to the 2017 preseason, Jaguars 31, Pats 24, is cover up the duck boats. Cancel the hotel reservations in Minnesota. Friggin' Coughlin has a number. We can't, that's it. The season's over.
Yes, the Patriots scrubs, in fact, lost to some of the Jaguar starters, actually. But,
right.
It's important not to overreact too much to a preseason game, but,
Important not to overreact. What are you a fan of, the Titans? We're Pats fans. That's exactly what we do.
All right, well, let's overreact then a little bit and talk about some of the players that really stood out. Guy like Austin Carr, who really had a great touchdown grab, went up and took it down. You look at Cody Hollister.
Right.
I'm sorry, was it Jacob Hollister? I get confused.
Hollister.
We got twins.
Well, Belichick hired twins. He got both of the Hollister brothers so he could Belichick, obviously, and do his thing. So he could do his thing. I mean, that's the only reason why he possibly got two of them, so he can use some sort of Belichickian, Emperor Palpatine, total cheaty scheme. That's the reason.
Jacob Hollister came through with some great catches. These guys, are they going to make the team? That's the debate we're going to be talking about over the next 4 weeks. Are they going to do enough? Are there enough roster spots? And I mean, you look at Austin Carr and you look at Hollister, buried on the depth chart. Hollister, you might have a chance, third tight end. That's a spot that's open behind Gronk and Allen. We know Gronk tends to get hurt sometimes.
Whoa, easy. Breaking news. Hold on, Gronk. What? Gronk injury prone. Gronk fragile.
Well, he's working with Alex Guerrero now. He's got the Brady guru working on his body.
Less bro. I mean, look. There have been Gronk hot takes have been flying off the shelf, at a record rate, like Black Friday 6 a.m. at Walmart, like laser tag Cabbage Patch rates. It's crazy. Like the whole Ryan Hannibal from WEI thing. Like, I'm not sure how he's looked that good this year. Somebody check on Paul. Paul, you all right? We're good. Yeah, the Gronk takes were so hot they actually broke part of the set. Sorry about that, everybody. So Gronk is working with Guerrero now for everything that's worked with Brady. Maybe something that we can focus on as a positive for Gronk because that could extend his career. But
it's the best news, I think, of the offseason. I mean, you talk about Gronk. I mean, really, what's going to stand between him and being the greatest tight end of all time if you don't already think that he is the greatest?
Only his health. Gronk is the only thing that can stop Gronk at this point.
That's it. And the other news that we heard yesterday was that Dante Hightower is also working with. So, Brady's getting all these guys who are just vital to the Patriots who have had injury issues in the past working with Guerrero. So, back to the point.
My God. Brady is going to build an army of avocado ice cream eating, quinoa and beluga wheat taco consuming, hyperbaric chamber sleeping, recovery pajama clad super football soldiers. And I, for one, much like our robot overlords, welcome that future.
As do I, especially if the Patriots continue to win games with this methodology.
Right.
Back to the point, is it enough for Hollister to make the team? We don't know. But, you know, there's plenty to take away.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good and a lot of bad. 1,000-foot view for me last night was the fact that it was just great to see, like, the last time we saw the Patriots, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but the last time we saw him, little something, tossed to White, he's in, Patriots win the Super Bowl, what a comeback. And all of our Brady boners exploded at once, and we've had all the Foxborough feels ever since. So this is our first chance to see the team post greatest Super Bowl comeback ever. And I was just thrilled to be able to take it in. I think I got such an emotional rush, such satisfaction out of the Super Bowl 51 win that I was able to look at the first preseason game, certainly not freak out. I celebrated Cooks, Edelman, Gronk, Brady, etc., not playing last night. I could just like watch these new guys getting trotted out last night like this was just like Foxborough community auditions. It was fun to see a bunch of guys, basically the bubble guys, the second and third teamers, out there playing for the chance to fill up the 4 to 7 roster spots that may not be there now. So like you hear about Austin Carr. Kid popped last night, jumped off the screen. Like Austin Carr's touchdown that he caught from Garoppolo at the end of the first half is the video they are going to play at a symposium called How to Go Undrafted and Make the Patriots Roster. He was awesome last night.
He's going to need a lot more of those catches, and he might even need a Danny Amendola or Julie Edelman injury to make the roster. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Hush your mouth.
What have I said?
Hush your mouth.
The other thing, the buzzkill for me,
Man,
though.
Mike, you're throwing a no-hitter in the 8th inning. You look great. Macbeth,
I know.
Hamlet,
I
Macbeth.
apologize.
Yeah.
The other buzzkill, unfortunately, that I got to bring up is, Dietrich Weiss, who is the defensive end. They drafted in the 4th round. Everybody's been excited about this guy all camp. He comes in, he gets kneed in the head, splayed out on the field, and
Right.
it's so hard now with all the concussion issues now to see a guy in the old days. I just got a concussion.
Well,
He'll
Brady
be
told me
fine.
it's really none of his business. So.
He's drinking the water now. I don't know what he's doing, Brady, but that's one little thing to take away is that you look at the guys who have departed with Chris Long, Jabal Sheard, Ninkovich. You're going to need defensive ends. You're looking at Dietrich Weiss's. Could this be the guy?
Right.
And last night,
because Coney Ealy hasn't done like as soon as the Pats traded for Coney Ealy in the offseason, everyone was like, "Oh, dude, see you, Sheard. Farewell, guy benched midway through 2016. Thanks so much, Chris Long, and hey, Nink, great career. I'm glad you're walking away with 2 rings." On your Larry Bird year.
We got Coney Ealy.
Your health intact. We got Coney Ealy. He bossed in Super Bowl 50. That's the guy we're getting. He hasn't really looked so much like that guy so far yet. As a matter of fact, by all accounts, from what we've read from the people we follow and those in the Foxborough know, of course, this is some credentialed media right over here. I can't believe you have a credential.
I get to go to one practice a week.
Now it'll be gone, but that's cool. Wise might actually be the guy who replaces Ninkovich, or could be first in the rotation because in the meritocracy that is Camp Belichick, Camp want to win a Super Bowl, he's had a great preseason. But let me tell you who I thought really looked good last night, and not because he's just handsome AF and puts his uniform on in a phone booth in Metropolis. Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. That's it. Silence. Silence, all critics. Doubters be gone. I mean, he literally took his football staff and parted the Red Sea of doubters and critics last night. And Garoppolo showed us throwing literally to a receiving core that was like on par with the one that Brady threw to in 2013. Last night he was throwing to his own Boyce and
Austin
Ken,
Carr
and Ken Burrell, like Austin Carr, some guy named Ray J. I mean, was he throwing to the guy that had sex with
16?
I
Who's 16?
have no idea. No idea who any of these guys are. And Garoppolo went 22 for 28 for 235 and 2 touchdowns. He moved beautifully, quick on his feet, showed a little more pocket presence and awareness. Only took like 1 bad sack. Nice zip on the ball too.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, if that was either encouraging the Patriots to know that Tom Brady's backup, is good to go, or hey NFL, this is it's going to cost you a lot next year when we bag him and tag him.
Yeah, it's been so silly. I mean, we've had 2 weeks of camp, and it's Jimmy. He hasn't looked that sharp. He hasn't looked that sharp. I mean,
He's
talking
not
about
a practice player.
a handful of
Jimmy doesn't look
practices. Is that how we're going to reevaluate Jimmy Garoppolo? As if he's now bored and he's falling off a cliff? And I think the thing with Garoppolo is he's always been a gamer, and we didn't know really what we had with him until last year against Arizona.
Right.
He came out, played great. Really. Then he comes out against Miami and lights it up before getting injured. So I think that's the player that he is. I think everyone needs to stop worrying about Jimmy Garoppolo.
That first half against Miami until what's his name, that linebacker from played at Oregon, the one who sacked him.
Kiko Alonso?
Kiko Alonso.
Kiko.
That's Hawaiian for Bernard Pollard. I can't say it. Can't say it. To get it out.
Yeah.
That first half against Miami, there's this one remember that touchdown pass he threw to little play actions, about a 20-yard dart up the seam to Martellus Bennett.
Oh.
He hit it, and I just his first touchdown to Hogan against Arizona last year in game one. Clean up and aisle Fitzy. I just left part of myself there in that room. And to see that he was able to not just do that miserable Buffalo runaround in 2014 when he came in for most of that last game, throw into guys who may not make the team, mostly practice squad guys, and hopefully Carr, because I think he's going to make the team.
You just called Carr a practice squad guy.
I want this kid on the team. I'm telling you. If he plays like that for 2 more games, Austin Carr is going to be on the 49ers. He'll be on the Eagles, and that's going to suck.
And he'll probably be bad because that's just what happens, right? These guys leave, and then Bam Childress.
Right, exactly.
Zach Sudfeld.
I know. Speaking of which, that was the running joke last night. Our buddy at Patriots SB49 who tweeted out Hollister is easily in the running for the 2017 Sudfeld Award. He totally looks like Sudfeld 2.0, and because that third tight end spot is wide open.
Yeah, he's not going to block anybody. I think that's the problem. You look at that third tight end spot. Is it ever really? Are you going to stick a guy in there who's just a pass catcher? Last night he's running wide open down the middle of the field. So I don't want to rain on anybody's parade with Hollister. He should have a great preseason. Right. Maybe we can hang on to him in the practice squad. But we have to temper ourselves a little bit with these guys.
Right. Maybe one good game and they just get buried the rest of the preseason. I'm not going to show you off anymore. Last year, DJ Foster looked good. Didn't see much of him. Tucked him away in the practice squad.
Perhaps.
We'll see. Deion Lewis looked good. Enough with everyone, the wide world of hot takes. Why is everybody all over Deion Lewis? I saw Deion Lewis playing last night. Let me tell you, let me ask you this question. Me in studio, you guy on the field. Do you think Deion Lewis's roster spot is in jeopardy because he played last night? Shut up. Yeah. No, it's not. This is the best he's looked. He said he's the strongest and healthiest he's been. I know what I get with James White. Gillislee's banged up. And I'm not going to show you what I'm going to be doing with Burkhead because he's that special teams running back pass-catching wild card. But I know what I get with Lewis, and it was nice to see him healthy last night.
Oh, talk about play. Look, they've never lost a game unless are we counting last night? Does that count as a loss with him? Because otherwise, they've never lost a regular season game. Right. But you look at 2015 Deion Lewis. Electric guy. The guy looked like Barry Sanders. So we always remember it takes a full year recovery on an ACL injury. He wasn't quite himself last year, but I'm getting tweets last night from people who are like, Lewis, he didn't look the same last year. And I'm like, did you watch the AFC divisional game?
Has your knee exploded like you were shot from a bell tower before? No, you've never torn an ACL. So how would you know?
The guy took one to the house in the AFC divisional game. He took, had another touchdown
as well
where he burned the guys.
Houston.
And this is probably a little bit of a controversial opinion, but I feel like it would have fit the narrative better if Deion Lewis had James White's Super Bowl game. I feel like in my mind, where I'm like, big Deion Lewis crush, if he had done what James White had done in the Super Bowl, it kind of would have fit things a little bit better for me. I feel like White was like, James White taking it in from the goal line? How is that? That's never going to happen. Credit to White, had an awesome game, proved me wrong, proved a ton of people wrong, but I don't think we're in any danger of cutting Deion Lewis. They got to play somebody. They got 3 healthy backs. You're going to throw DJ Foster out there right off the snap, and Jimmy's going to get killed. So.
Right. And we saw more Bolden than any of us expected. He may actually be in, for all we know, even though he's a special team stud. Maybe they are testing him out to see if Burkhead can give them 80% of what he brings, but obviously would be a more dangerous pass catcher and running back as well. You need at least 4 backs in the NFL. Deion Lewis isn't going anywhere, so they're going to be small and shifty at the running back position, and Gillislee will give you the hammer that was LeGarrette Blount. Excuse me, the Philly Blount. The Philly Blount. All right, so we're all over those guys. You said earlier, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade or have a controversial
there's some rain coming.
Forecast calls for a 100% chance of me taking a hot steamer on top of the world's easiest target right now. I mean, whoa, Cyrus Jones. Wow, man, that just like, wow. I mean, like the smoldering remains of Cyrus Jones on that 97-yard touchdown to the rookie wide receiver from Western Kentucky. I mean, it's just a simple go route.
Yeah.
Like in the time, like I feel like I could make a 5-point turn in an Escalade in the time it took Cyrus Jones time to turn his head and his hips on that 97-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
JFC Cyrus Jones. I mean, like every preseason comes with a whipping boy, a punching bag, somebody that we all love to jump all over in the bar room and social media. But he was just, he was really ungood last night.
He was very ungood, unfortunately.
I mean, that's my term. I coined it. So if you guys want to, if you guys want to go ahead, just full attribution, please, at Fitzy GFY.
We want him to be unbad, but he keeps being ungood. You know, so how does he get to play unbad? But everyone's radar was up for Cyrus Jones. You know, he's a second-round pick last year as a rookie. The punt returns were the problem, and what we took away from the season was that this guy, he's going to be okay on defense, and when he does have the ball in his hands, he's shifty. You know, it's like, let's get him an off season. Let's, have him reset, get ready. You're going to come in, and you'll be okay.
Right. He didn't play much at the end of the season or in the postseason because he was so deep in his head that he was useless to the team.
So much, and
get out of there, Biggs. You're no good to me.
And you need a guy like that to take some pressure off Edelman and Medola with the punt returns, and you're hoping that he comes back. And what happens? He comes out the first game, and it's not the punt returns that kill him, but it's the long pass play
coverage.
It's the second long pass play too.
Mike, not to go full blown bizarre reference hot take, but like Boost Mobile provides better coverage in the Rockies than Cyrus Jones does. He sucks. He's terrible right now. He's so in his own head. It's unbelievable. And I thought the perfect compliment to the crap steak dinner that was the 97-yard touchdown was fielding the next kickoff 8 yards deep in the end zone and then returning it to the 8. Oh, boy, it's just showing versatility and value glory. The problem is he had tons of talent. He had like 5 touchdowns junior or senior year coming out of Alabama. This Saban to Belichick pipeline. Wow, if that's a preview of the Keystone XL pipeline. Shut it down. No fracking. No fracking, please. Frack, no. What the frack? Sorry. All right. I was told PATSHOW wouldn't be political. Look, I mean, this weekend, you could a movie called Cyrus Jones in Coverage would be too scary for me to go see. I would. All right, that's enough.
I hope Cyrus isn't watching.
Then he got burned for another one too, like another 40.
All right, on that one, and we're not gonna put that one under the all 22 today. But I mean, on that one, I got to vouch for Cyrus a tiny bit. It looked like a cover 2 play. Jordan Richards, who also had a horrendous game. If we're gonna go on people who had a bad game,
right.
Jordan Richards cover 2, he's got to be over the top. It looks like Cyrus is letting him go to kind of play underneath, so they kind of bracket him. And Jordan Richards just gets caught in the middle of the field. So let's not kill Cyrus on that one, even though, he probably should have maybe got a hand on him at the line of scrimmage. But, there's no question there were some defensive backs and some defensive problems yesterday. Again, how many of these guys are going to actually be playing defense for us?
Right. The second-round draft pick is not really panning out for Belichick either crushes his second-round draft picks or just and we don't know. For all we know, Cyrus Jones could be, Jordan Richards could be on the bubble. We've been waiting for him to make his move. He was caught lagging in coverage last night. The title of the position, the position they're playing when they're in the cover 2 and he's expecting help over top, is safety, as in. Don't get caught with your jock down. Don't get caught looking somewhere else. Don't be Panda and be checking a hottie's Instagram on the toilet in the 7th inning. Eyes on the freaking ball. You're a safety. That means you are the safety valve. If the cover gets burnt, and since Cyrus Jones is a bag of Matchlight with a helmet and cleats, obviously he gets burnt. So you got to switch over, and the safeties, and whoever the other guy was, 26.
Rookie, undrafted rookie. Well, I mean, I think that might be the perfect transition here to talk to our next segment, our big segment that we have that we're calling the Electro Breakdown Zone. So, we have all 22, and everyone's got these special rooms. So, here on PATSHOW, we want to bring you cutting edge football analysis.
Oh yeah,
cutting edge.
You've seen the CNN election night hologram. You have been amazed by the touchscreen technology on ESPN. I mean, we're living in a virtual reality world of replay and football coverage. Well, we would like to welcome you to the 22nd century, now here, with PATSHOW's own Electro Zone Breakdown.
It's actually Nick, it's the
Electro Breakdown Zone.
Breakdown Zone.
Stevens, you're fired.
So,
all right, so Mike,
we've got retractable retractable, these things. I don't know with the
Right.
pointers. So what we got here, I don't know if I can I stand up? Or,
Actually, here's the funny thing. Before the show today, Mike found a couple of Pontiacs in the parking lot and just ripped off the antennas. I feel like we're supposed to have a fight like in The Outsiders.
Exactly. So we got it all set up right here. All right.
This was a pivotal play. This was a bad look for the defense last night.
Right.
Defense had a tough time in run coverage. Now, granted, there's no Malcolm Brown, there's no Uncle Phil, Alan Branch out there. You got a lot of guys that are vying to be defensive line backups and get a spot on the roster. This is where you can shine by doing the basics. Walk us through that 79-yard touchdown.
So this is Corey Grant's 79-yard touchdown, as you can see there on the 21. So we're going to just show you exactly kind of how what happened. We have here the Patriots are in what they use as their 4-3 front, okay? This is a base front. You've got a running package here from the Jaguars. And now what happened on this play is Corey Grant took the ball, ran right up the middle, and he ended up right there, 79 yards away
in the 6-point house. It was eerily similar or reminiscent of how easy Ray Rice's 83-yard touchdown was in the wild card game against the Pats.
Exactly. And I mean, it's the same spot in the field, everything.
Right.
So just want to show you guys a little bit of what happened here before we let it run. Big thing is a lot of people are killing a Landon Roberts here, number 52. Really, the guy I want to look at first is right here. His name is Woodrow Hamilton. Now, in the Patriots scheme, what you want this guy to do is you want him to stay square and to hold the point.
He stays up and holds the point of attack, right, between the guard and center?
Exactly, exactly. He's two-gapping. He wants to build the wall, as they say. I know we're not getting political, but that is literally what they tell the players. Build the wall.
We are going to build a wall. It is going to be a big, beautiful wall, and I'll tell you what, Jacksonville's going to pay for it.
Well, you know what? Who did not build the wall is Woodrow Hamilton. Did not build the wall. And what happened was Woodrow Hamilton got turned and pushed. Now everybody's going to blame Landon Roberts, make this his play that he screwed up. But really, Woodrow Hamilton got pushed back into him. Could have Landon Roberts have made the play? Maybe. But it's a hard
But it looks like Roberts rushed the hole and sort of almost like in trying to fill the gap.
Just
too quickly saw his guy get pushed, get sucked in.
Exactly.
Sucked into the scrum there basically, and out emerges on the other side, not Chris Ivory, not Leonard Fournette, but Corey Grant of all guys who just burns him. And then at that point now, all the safety help has rushed the gap. So by the time he splits here, there was nobody in coverage. He had a good 5 to 7 yards as he just scurried down the field.
Right.
And just the Patricia facepalm afterwards.
Oh, it's perfect. I mean, you know, we were all
so many pencils got nibbled last night. I feel like I just saw Patricia doing this the entire game.
That's what I was doing too. But you're right. I mean, Jordan Richards, as you said earlier, safety. You know, safety.
You are the safety.
You're the safety.
Safety.
He comes up, he blows the tackle, and the play is gone. So, you know, just a little bit. We'll be bringing more of these on Pat's show, where as our cutting edge analysis. Now, what we're going to do.
So let's see the play happen.
Thank you to Tudor Games for this wonderful board. We're gonna let this run, you know, and it should, as we planned it out, go exactly as the play unfolded. So you just give it a little juice here, and there's
Roberts getting sucked in. Actually, no, that's the play. That's the play they should have made. Oh, I think Grant's gonna break free.
I'm gonna blow it, Ted.
Right.
So obviously,
that's pretty much how it happened. That's pretty much a super accurate replay.
Clearly, our defense and my coaching was better. They did not.
Here's what I like is that in the way the play should have gone, they wrapped up Corey Grant. This mofo over here was already in the end zone celebrating like, see what we did there? You see what we did there? Yeah, great. That's what the third string defense does. Blitz for 6, mother effers.
I don't know what these two Jaguars are doing over here. This guy's running the other way, but
no, seriously. How'd I get drafted by Jacksonville? Well, they're the only team that called. This guy, who's doing his best impersonation of 2011 Kyle Arrington, is actually facing the wrong direction.
Look at the ball! Look at the ball!
Turn around, Arrington! Turn around!
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Electro breakdown.
Pretty sharp breakdown.
That's what happens.
And if I may quickly, here was and this was Cyrus Jones's 97-yard touchdown earlier. Hike, hey, look, this guy's running. Oh, my bad. Oh, no. Oh, here we touchdown. And then I'm going to be Cyrus Jones, you suck. All right. And there you go. Like we said, cutting edge technology. The Electro Breakdown Zone. All right, we're a little more than halfway through Pat's show at this point right now. I'm having fun. Hope you guys are. Thank you for tuning in to Facebook Live for Pat's show. Nick Stevens, otherwise known as Fitzy GFY, my buddy Mike Dussault, a.k.a. the Minister of Pat's Propaganda. And before we go any further, we just want everyone to get up, stretch their legs, refresh yourself, reset. How are you going to take a little dance break? I think everybody's favorite meme, GIF, video file last night. The only real peek we got from Brady last night was him doing his little progression look safety dance on the sideline. So everybody just get up. You guys all saw it. Let's do a little Brady progression look safety dance, all right? Everyone's going to be doing it this weekend in the dance clubs, right? Can we go full screen on the video so I don't look
there?
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Come on, Tommy. There you go.
I feel good. He can throw this way. He can throw that way. You know, which way is he going to throw?
Which way is he going to go?
He's going to throw that way.
I'm
Who
over
knows?
here. I'm over there. Which way is he going to go?
All right, that feels good. It feels good to stretch it out.
Sweet. Totally necessary part of the show. All right. Now, there were unfortunately some people who have been taking a licking on social media. Like Cyrus Jones should be grateful on field for the play of Jordan Richards, or rather Jordan Richards probably is grateful for Cyrus Jones because that's the first person who's getting all the bad looks and all the criticism from the game last night. But in general, on social media right now, the story from preseason game 1, Pats Jags, sadly is the 3 guys who decided it would be a good idea to take a picture with Commissioner Roger Goodell during his unexpected visit to Gillette Stadium for the preseason game. Now, these guys.
What were you thinking?
Seriously, like, what are you, dude? You had one. What are you doing? What the hell? I mean, all right. So the story goes, apparently, these guys, who sadly I now know the name of, so me reading their names is not breaking code or anything. Their names are Spencer Shea, John Miller, and Josh Bisson. These guys.
Spencer, Josh, and Dylan.
Yeah, right. All from New Hampshire, typical New Hampshire. See what no taxes will do to you?
Exactly.
Huh? So these guys, apparently, they were like the only guys on the ramp, and Goodell like walked out to one little safe spot and was out with his PR crew, and they snapped a quick picture and they posed for a shot. They're all looking in different. He's the only one who's looking actually at Goodell. Where's my little wand? I'll just borrow that right there. Yeah. See, so you got this guy right here. He's the only one who's actually looking sort of at the same camera. These guys are looking over there. So everyone was like, oh, the commish, whatever. Let's grab a picture. And you'd be thinking like, oh, maybe these guys are all thinking the same thing. Like, well, it's tough to sneak a bird, so maybe later we'll just, use an app and we'll all draw like a giant dong on him, or just, we'll put it on Instagram and we'll just write D-bag, or this guy sucks, or commish clown. Yeah, like the guy, like the Patriots hero who took the picture, flipped off the commission, lost his job. Except the problem is they didn't. NFL PR tweets this out, and these guys have gotten crushed today. Like they have just gotten eviscerated. I heard them on the radio earlier this morning in Boston on Toucher and Rich talking about how they never expected this. No one told them they were going to tweet this picture out. I feel badly for them that they should just have to deal with so much BS and flack, but at the same time,
Run.
what are you thinking?
Run.
Seriously, don't. If he's there, he's like, guys, we'd love to just get a quick picture. You don't have to do what we all fantasize, which is just like, F you, you meat whistle, you gingerhead prick. You ruined Tom Brady, you screwed my season, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, we'd all love to live out that fantasy, but we're semi-professional grown adult people who know how to behave responsibly or responsibly-ish enough in public. We're not going to do that. That's fantasy land. But don't stop for a picture with him. It's just, I hate to say it's bad. It's a bad look. I'm not going to use the O word.
No.
Bad optics.
It's interesting. Why did Goodell pick this game to suddenly just pop up, And it seems like they're thinking, well, when he's here for the opener, which clearly they say he's going to be back for the opener, it just undercuts the whole story of, well, he hasn't been here since Deflategate, that whole thing. But an interesting move by the commish to kind of sneak in and sneak out, grab a picture with some happy Patriot fans, supportive, happy.
They were paid.
Paid.
Do we think they were? Do we think, people were like, take a look. You can see the tags hanging off their jerseys. Now, people have poked around their Facebook pages and seen these guys go to plenty of games. So this isn't their first game. Although I got to say, the color rush jersey at a preseason game kind of, at first I was
suspicious.
Like, yeah, it's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Man, these guys, you got to understand that this is 2017. Like, we're semi-recognizable Pats fans who go to games or whatever, and they're like, oh man, you designed that shirt. You're Mike from Pats Propaganda. Dude, you're Fitzy. You kind of suck, but I also watch your videos. Whatever. People I'm not going to take a picture with Goodell. 6 years ago, I was filming the Fitzy NFL draft video, and I stopped when Goodell was out there doing his amnesty walk and talk with fans. And I did a little shtick and bit with him, and that was fine for the time. But now I look back on it, And I think, man, people, if they go back on YouTube and watch these videos, they're going to be like, oh, Fitzy, you're a plant, you're a fraud, you've been in Goodell's back pocket, how does his ass smell, you prick? Probably really good, because he makes $35 million a year. Probably great.
Irish ring?
Trust me, he might have a literal Irish Spring in his south mouth. He's got that much money. But these guys have to understand, someone else might see this, and all we need is one person to take that picture, put it out, and be like, look at these fans cozying up to Goodell. Well,
they're in for it now. I mean, we got to hope that it'll get wiped away once Goodell comes back, and I'm sure Patriots fans will have a prepared, warm welcome for him.
Right, when the Goodell clown towels come out.
Exactly.
If they can sneak, if they're making 30,000 of those to pass out to fans, if they can sneak in even 5,000 to get on camera, and you see the baby blue floating out there, it's going to be a beautiful thing. I think what they did was they had Goodell come in last night so they could do a test run of his secret route. This was basically like, you know, like if you're traveling someplace and you do a dry run to see like which route to take, what's the presidential evacuation or safety route. I think last night they basically were there to take the route, say hello to Kraft, sneak this picture out, make it look like there was amnesty and they were good, and he was straight out of Dodge. Go, get him in now, go,
the limo flying down Route 1.
30 seconds, he got a picture that got 1 million views.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally millions. We're here talking about it in the middle of the show right now.
Yeah.
All I can say is this. Come September 7th, when Commissioner Meatwand comes back, when the ginger-haired douche whistle comes back to Gillette, good luck landing that plane, and good luck making it to the stadium. That night, it's going to be Roger Goodell, Fury Road. Oh, what a glorious day to be a Pats fan. I am. I'm going to go and I'm going to just spray silver in my mouth and be like, what a day to die! All right.
Poor kids.
I know.
Ruined, life ruined.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, what a shame. 3 more people 3 less Instagram accounts, 3 less people in middle management, 3 less people all bumping into Trader Joe's. All right. Before we wrap things up with a little tribute to the greatest day, the greatest game ever, there's a segment we'd like to introduce here on the show where we take a piece of clickbait, something that can eat a bag of clicks, the hottest of all the hot takes that's come out, Patriots News Edition each week, and we're going to savage it like a fresh piece of meat in the Serengeti in a little segment we like to call Hot Takedown. Yeah. Hot Takedown! All right, Mike, why don't you set this up for us?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but people are mortal, and at some point everybody's going to die, you know. And so this week's hot
Spoiler
take.
alert.
This week's hot take is that Tom Brady will be bad eventually. Eventually, we don't know when, but he probably will be. He will not play for infinity. He'll be bad eventually.
Okay, so this is a piece that ran on 538 a couple of days ago, and
Maybe even this year.
yeah, what?
Maybe.
Wow, yeah,
We don't
August 3rd, Ty Shelter, suck it, puts out this piece on 538 about a week ago. Tom Brady will be bad eventually. And 538, I mean, I don't know if you check it for the advanced fan graphs, analysis, statisticals, and whatever else, but as far as I'm concerned, ever since election night last year, 73% chance of winning, tuck it and suck it. I have no need for or interest in 538. But this piece, what blows my mind about it is that everybody, it's just the latest effort. We've seen all these different, USA Today, that Irish football writer, people from different sort of like advanced metric sites, whatever, general writers, Max Kellerman, Brady's going to be a bum, he's going to fall off a precipitous cliff. Why is everybody in a rush? What's the need for the race to be the person who calls the demise of the dynasty? First it was the dynasty, and now the Patriots have just continued to perpetuate and rebuild. This is the new end of the Patriots dynasty. When will Tom Brady be bad? What's the need for this?
Right, and there's also another element too of like poking holes in. He's really not that good. Tom Brady's really not that good.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it goes on to it's because of Belichick. You know, and which I always think, oh well, Drew Bledsoe must be like.
Hi.
It could have been me.
Yeah, it could have been me. I mean,
It's all
about the 8
Belichick.
years I took it on the chin for Foxborough and Pats people.
You know, look, people are sick of Tom Brady. People are sick of the Patriots. We all know it, and we revel in it every day. But it's stuff like this. It's like, well, of course. And I think we're all just at the point now, 5 Super Bowls. This is all gravy. You know,
Right.
we're just enjoying every moment of it. And meanwhile, everybody's got to look to that thing and be like, well, Tom Brady's 47. He's not that good anymore.
Right.
Go back. Look, I said he would be bad eventually.
Yeah,
and
see,
he is.
I'm the guy who predicted his demise. Yeah.
I told you.
I told you.
Nailed it.
He's closer to AARP than he is NCAA. Tom Brady's going to be a bum this year. And the article even goes in to point out like that he had a bad game, like like if it weren't for his amazing second half comeback in Super Bowl 51, then people would be talking about what a terrible Super Bowl he played. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. What do you want? If a bullfrog had wings, it wouldn't bump his ass when it jumps so much. What do you want? Seriously, like. He talks about the AFC Championship he played in Denver, where he still threw the best pass. He took a biblical beating with patchwork offensive line. He was thrown to a surgically repaired Edelman, a busted up Gronk. Took the beating of a lifetime from DeMarcus Ware,
Von Miller.
Von Miller with that terrible line when Marcus Cannon looked so lost, and still led the fourth quarter comeback. Threw what I think is maybe the most impressive pass of his life, that 50-yard bomb down the seam to Gronk to get him in range.
Yeah.
If you just seen
Gronk was open on the two-pointer,
he
too.
was. I know. If he
Sorry.
just
Yeah.
But Brady has. I mean, I'm not even just going to sit here and talk about how
Right.
many times over he's reproven and proven once again how awesome he is. At this point now, I'm in a position where I'm like, Tom Brady lives to be pick number 199. Tom Brady lives to be doubted.
Yeah.
At this point now, forget about Tom Brady will be bad eventually. I'm waiting for the first article. It needs to be like an Onion sports piece, like Tom Brady will die eventually. And you know what? My hot take, no, he won't. You tell me. Here's some basic rules I live by in this life, all right? Some basic rules I live by. You never talk sex with your in-laws. You don't get in a man's car and turn the radio. And you never doubt Tom Brady. I'll be the first to believe Tom Brady's never going to die. You tell me, death versus Brady, who you got? I don't care what the odds are. I'm taking Brady.
Well,
He's the Highlander, man.
He's got Alex Guerrero, and now we got Gronk and Dante Hightower with Alex Guerrero, so we can only hope that all of them will trot onto immortality.
Right. There can be only one McLeod. Come and feel the Brady. That was more Bane than Highlander, but that's fine.
That's all right.
All
It worked.
right.
It worked.
It worked-ish, right?
I liked it.
Listen, it's
I
the
liked
first
it.
episode.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
We're loose.
All right. Before we go, Belichick said a couple weeks ago that his 2017 team basically had done nothing. The adulations, the celebrations, everything in regards to Super Bowl 51 and the incredible comeback. That was done. That was then. This is now. We're on to 2017. That's what Belichick is supposed to do. He's the head coach. This new team needs to hear they've done nothing so they can build from the ground up and be hopefully as awesome as we think they're going to be. But we're fans. Like we said, like we don't have to stick to that. We're allowed to bask in and constantly revel in the joy, the comeback, the doubt that swirled around it. We were the ones who were just on the barroom floors. We were ready to just commit, football harikari in our man caves. That comeback is one of the greatest moments in sports history, definitely in Patriots history. We're allowed to bask in it. This is the summer of our insufferability. So we thought it would be nice if we paid, as we move on with the show and get more into the preseason, get ready for 2017, we thought it would be nice if we celebrated Super Bowl 51 and paid tribute to something that Mike basically helped turn into a global phenomenon, like the sweetest of all the memes and dreams right there, the scoreboard. Mike created this T-shirt. It's been licensed. It's been copied. It's gone international. When did you think of this? And like when you saw it, you're like, I want to put this on a T-shirt. I want to make this meme happen.
I mean, I think that it just sums everything up. I mean, you look at this scoreboard, and I think why it resonates for Patriots fans is that it tells the whole story, and it takes you back to that moment of the third quarter, and it's like, this game is over.
Right.
And I think that's what everybody kind of latches onto, is that you remember that, and then you remember how it ended.
Absolutely.
It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
But when you first made the shirt, and when it exploded, it was just the front, right? Because I think the front
Initially.
really says,
Initially, that was the first shirt. The first shirt was only the front, and then somebody just tweeted, "Hey, you should put the last scoreboard on the end." I'm like, all right, boom, right. It caught fire, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's amazing, and I think the whole 28-3 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, like in life, we're all gonna have, or we've had our 28-3 moments. Like we've all, just been against our life. How about just even getting this freaking show off? Talk about 28-3 on a Friday morning. Like That's going to happen to all of us at some point. It's already happened to us. We've faced the insurmountable odds. We completely doubted our ability to complete some task, whatever. So, like, we all have 28-3 moments. And it caught, after you made the shirt, it caught fire. It went international. And now it's basically the symbol of Patriots. You know, it's the Patriot way. It's the Patriot spirit. And it's caught on around the world. So let's take a quick look at the way this meme has caught on around the world. We got a little meme rundown here. Here comes some full screen pictures and graphics.
Do you have those?
Here, hold on.
No. Do we not?
No.
No. Well, we can run through it. Look, I mean,
We didn't load them in? Hey, you know what?
Let's name. We can.
Tell you what,
I can
let's
run
list
them down.
off some of
let's
our
list them
favorites.
off.
Let's list off some of our
I think the first one that really blew up was the at the marathon.
Yep.
And a guy standing at the hardest point,
Right.
maybe right before Heartbreak Hill with the 28-3 thing. I mean, you
He's
also
holding the sign up and everyone's running by like, yeah, come on, yeah, let's do it.
It's been crazy. You have ones with people around the world. I mean, there was one on the Syrian border where someone had written in.
Like it's written on a wall in Syria. It's on the fragmentation of the wall of the Berlin Wall. It's painted it's graffitied in San Francisco.
Yeah.
You can see on floats and parades because New Orleans loves to troll the Falcons. Saints fans put it on parades. Mardi Gras stuff there now outside the new Home Depot Stadium with the opening iris in Atlanta. A group of Saints fans have paid for like a 30 by 20 billboard that says 28-3 with 2 minutes left. Just imminent trolling. So that's the trolling nature of it. But I like the celebratory. I like it. It was on graduation
That was the
caps
biggest
everywhere.
thing. Yeah, the biggest thing for me was when I was putting it together, I was never looking at it to troll the Falcons. And I know one of the crazy things about the shirt is that the Saints fans loved it. I mean, they couldn't get enough of the 28-3 shirt.
Well, if this happened to the Patriots, right? Do you think New York Jets fans, and if you struck that and reversed it, do you not think that Jets fans would be buying this shirt up by the millions?
Oh, totally. And but again, it goes back to what does it represent, and it represents that impossible moment of there's no way that this is going to happen. So it's amazing to see all the places that it's gone, and all the places it's popping up now. And I'm sure there's been plenty of people who are getting a lot of they wear it in public. There's some guy who tweeted at me, said he wore it to Disneyland and was just getting dirty looks by guys in Falcons stuff.
That's awesome.
But I prefer to look at it as a positive message, a message that even Falcon fans, maybe if they could get over it, would take. That even when it looks like it's impossible, maybe you still have a chance if you have an immortal Tom Brady.
One day, maybe they'll even be able to look at it and say, you know what, we're going to have our own 28-3 moment, and they'll be able to come back from insurmountable odds and experience the joy that we felt being basically from the pits of despair all the way to the pillars of heaven.
That's it.
Until then,
Guys,
Atlanta blew a 25-point lead. Yes.
from response from some people, you want to answer some?
Oh, yeah. Before we punch out, let's answer some questions. Here we go. Thank you so much. Here we go. What's up, guys? Yeah, hey, thumbs up. That Mike guy really sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Wow, they have the same last name. Cool. Hey, here we go. Fun show, guys. Thanks so much. Hey, Stacy, thank you. Love the show. Great stuff, guys. Thanks, Brian. You're welcome for the invite, guys. Wow, this is awesome. Pat's Tailgates wanting to invite us over. Yeah, what's up, Fitzy? Thank you guys for chipping in, please. And during the course of the show, if you guys have questions, here's your iPhone, bro. Here you go, Ian. Thank you so much.
Shirt, that's the other thing.
Okay, if you want to get my shirt right here, this is my original Brady shirt. This you can get at store.townienews.com, a website where I do the Fitzy videos and do my blogging and inappropriate finalysis and much more. And Mike's is available at
patspropaganda.com. That's my website. Go there. You'll go in the shop. Got some other stuff there too. You can buy it on a mug, sweatshirt. It's getting cold out,
And also swing by Mike's website too for legitimate, actual breakdowns and analysis. And I like to stand in front of a big picture of the Patriots, and I burp and swear a lot. So cool, awesome. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Pat Show Episode 1. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with some more preseason breakdown and talk. And then September 5th is our real first episode where we're going to preview the kickoff game, Chiefs at Patriots, Thursday Night Football, the 10th. at 8:30 September 7th
coming.
at Gillette. It's going to be lit.
Less than 4 weeks.
Oh, I can't. Literally 27 days from now.
27 days.
We are an Ellis Hobbs jersey away. I don't know why I went to
Ooh.
Ellis Hobbs. Oh.
Tavon Wilson.
You want to know why I went to Ellis Hobbs? Because yesterday I had to tape a thing for NFL Films on the Tyree catch as one of the great moments in NFL history, and I had to basically just reach into that still open wound and just rip it out and molar ram my own heart for the benefit of a couple of people watching a friggin' show on the NFL
It's
Network.
okay. It's okay. Super 49-51. 49-51.
But Mikey, I just want to point this out. I think this is a great takeaway from when I was talking about that to the meme and everything else. Look, we've had this incredible run as Pats fans. They're the greatest team in football, if not all professional sports, maybe ever. And this run is unparalleled, and appreciate it while it's here because you may never see it again, although Brady's not going to die. But remember, sometimes in life to appreciate the awesome, there's got to be a little awful. And there was some awful with the Tyree catch, there was some awful in 46, and all the years prior to Brady. But now, nobody has it better than us. Listen, you're a Pats fan. You apologize for nothing. You've got the most hated quarterback, you got the most reviled coach, and you got the most despised franchise in all professional sports. And that's why nothing is better than being a Patriots fan. I'm Nick Fitzy Stevens. That is Mike Pat's Propaganda Dussault. We will see you next time. And now we leave you with a moment of Foxborough football zen. That's right. I got a little something there,
What's
Grandma.
it? What is it?
A
What
little
is
sweet
it?
treat for the game tonight. It's gonna be a flash. Be a flash. Be a flash. Oh, it's the old pit water. The old Foxborough pit water. Please, I hope that was gin. Please tell me that was gin. She so chugged that after the game. After she watched Cyrus Jones, she totally chugged that. All right, guys. See you next time. PATSHOW!